What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? Today, we're gonna be talking about the SKS, the AK's uglier older brother. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me to do a video on the SKS for a while. I assume most of you are either FUDs or broke college kids who can't actually afford a good AK, so you have one of these instead. I did not relent because I wanted to do a video on the SKS, but however, I do love Soviet firearms, and I didn't feel like my collection was complete until I had one. So I ridiculously overpaid for this one on Gunbroker. It is a Chinese Triangle 66 import, and yeah, today we're gonna put her through some paces. We is out of bullets. Alright, time to take a deep dive into the SKS and talk about what makes it different. But first, bet you're wondering where I got these dope ass shades. Well, time to thank our sponsor. Snozberries taste like snozberries, man.
Ear Pro, Donut, Bear Fucker Hat, Vermont Maple Beat Bomb, Black Rifle Coffee Bag, Super Sweet Sunglasses, Mustaches, Vermont Maple Syrup, Mustache Wax, Tiny Little Handcuffs, Super Sick Knife.
Come on, guys, really? By the way, if you use the code Ramrod, you can get one of those nightsticks absolutely free.
The first 500 people who sign up get this inflatable coaster donut signed by me, Brandon, Scott, and Chuck Liddell.
Alright, now time for a deep dive in the SKS. So the SKS is a semi-automatic rifle chambered in 7.62 by 39. It's the same caliber that the AK is famously chambered in. It shares a few aesthetics with the AK. Got a wood stock here, although the wood goes all the way to the front, more like a traditional bolt-action rifle. You have a gas tube, a gas block, a front sight block, a rear sight block with pretty similar sights. These sights actually share a lot in common with Chinese AK iron sights, where you have the hooded front sight with a front sight drum and, you know, windage adjustment and all that. So really does share a lot in common with the AK. That is about where the similarities stop, because this gun is an entirely different animal. One of the most notable things is the gas system is not long stroke operated, it is short stroke. So long stroke is when the gas piston, you know, when we take apart an AK, you see the gas pistons attached to the bolt and carrier. On the SKS, it is not. It is a separate piston that stays in the gas tube and just pushes the bolt carrier open. So you can see there, that little circular object right there, that little cylinder, that is your piston. So when the gas goes up through the gas block, it pushes that piston out, opens up the bolt carrier, unlocks the bolt, and then it goes back inside its little hidey hole. Also, unlike the AK, the SKS does not utilize a rotating bolt gas system. Instead, it has what's called a falling bolt. So when this goes forward, the bolt tilts down and locks up and wedges itself in the receiver as part of lockup until the short stroke piston is able to open up the bolt carrier. The SKS also utilizes an internal magazine. So as you see here, we basically just have a spring-loaded follower. All this goes up through the top here, and you have a little notch here because this is meant to be fed by stripper clips. Something, stripper joke. However, I don't have any stripper clips, so I am loading it like a poor boy and loading it by hand, which, you know, not the most efficient way to do. If you have a stripper clip, you just literally put it in there, wedge the top bullet against your finger, and just put all 10 down, call it a day. But, you know, we do what we can with what we have. Let me unload this because I'm about to fuck with a knife. All right, showing clear, we're good to go. So, One of the things I also kind of dig about this is this has a folding spiker bayonet that goes right up top here, utilizing the tri-bladed bayonet, which I believe is frowned upon in the rules of warfare, because tri-bladed knives and bayonets are considered cruel and unusual, as they are designed to make it difficult for a doctor or field surgeon to stitch you back up. But shooting them's fine. All in all, it's a neat little weapon system. I'm kind of enjoying my time shooting it. It was designed in 1944, I believe, by Simonov. So does that mean that this gun is outdated? Yes. Is it ugly? Also yes. Do I love it? Yeah, kinda. As you can see, it also has a longer barrel than an AK, which leads to a little bit better accuracy with iron sights, I think. I like the longer sight radius there. It makes it a little bit easier to be more accurate when only shooting with irons. I do think the longer barrel is kind of wasted on 7.62 by 39, considering that 7.62 by 39 has 300 blackout syndrome, where it just drops like a fucking rock after 200 yards. Yeah, long barrel, not so great for a cartridge that has an effective range of 300 yards. Not that the AK can't hit past 300 yards with 7.62 by 39, because it definitely can. It just has an effective range of about 300 yards. So the trade-off you make with 7.62 by 39 instead of, say, 5.45 or 5.56 is that you have a big bullet with a lot of mass, a lot of energy delivered on target, but you also have the ballistic coefficient of a small boulder. So to demonstrate the better accuracy of the SKS, I'm going to pop steel at like 40 fucking yards. You can basically call me Chris Kyle. Would it really be a range video if we didn't sacrifice a White Claw? Unfortunately, we're using the good flavor black cherry because that's all I had in my truck. Fridge. Au revoir. Energy. So I know what you're thinking. Wow, Brandon's already that far into the video. He's not going to use the bayonet, is he? On guard, shithead! That was really anticlimactic. Here we go. Oh, I know what we have to do. Yeehaw! Who the fuck says you need a cannon? You just need a bayonet and an SKS. So overall thoughts on the SKS. It is the favorite victim of Bubba gunsmiths across the country, and favored rifle by broke college kids who can't actually afford a real AK. Well, at least that's the way it used to be, because these fuckers are climbing in price ridiculously because more and more people are interested in surplus, and funny enough, there's less and less surplus out there. I mean, it's just kind of neat. It's neat to own a piece of firearm history, especially the history of Russian firearm development. This was a, this played a big part in that. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if I like it. It's a piece of history, and that in itself is pretty cool. Anyhow, guys, I think that's just about the end of this video. If there are any other firearms, especially Soviet firearms, that you would like to see me get my hands on and do a video with, please let me know down in the comments. Okay. When this video goes live, I'll most likely be streaming on twitch.tv/TheRealBrandonHerrera. Come hang out. We're going to be playing some Escape from Tarkov, and I will probably not be using the SKS in that game. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it, and as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks, guys. Alright, so time to take a look into the SKS. So the SKS is much like the AK. Well, let me take that back. That's the trade-off that 7.62 by 39 makes. You get a big caliber, a lot of mass, but you have the ballistic coalition, or fuck! Ah, damn it. It was a really good roll, and I don't know where to stop, or where to start. But I definitely did enjoy it. You know what, it's just neat. It expands my gun collection, my reference library of all the different designs, especially Soviet designs throughout the history of firearm development. I think in that alone, doesn't care. Fuck. God damn it. So anyhow, I think that's about all we have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for other firearms, especially Soviet firearms, that you would like to see me get my hands on, I'd fuck that up.
Just see me.
See me, Mario.